Hey guys, in my video thanking all of you for 5,000 subs, which it's insane. Like I just recorded that yesterday morning. Um and now it's the following day and it's just I'm somehow at like over 6k subs. I don't know. It's just insane, dude. But in that video I talked about how you could find the videos I've recorded previously over the years for, thank you for 100 subs, thank you for 500 subs, and I thought it would be fun to go ahead, take a look back, and live react to one of those videos, just to see have I changed at all over the 8+ years, since I recorded this. So we're going to be taking a look at my thank you for 500 subs video. We're going to be watching this, and we're just going to be taking a look and seeing how much have I changed. I mean, visually, thankfully, I feel like I've had a bit of a glow up, I'm not going to lie. Things were rough back then, dude. And thankfully, I also hit, like, phase 2 of puberty. I got a little bit deeper of a voice. People say I have a high-pitched voice now. You're about to hear what it was before, okay? So, thank God. It is what it is. But let's take a look and try not to cringe too hard.
Guys, just really quickly, I know, like, not a ton of you are watching the Soma Let's Play, which is fine.
Soma's a good
but
game.
I did do kind of like a thank you thing where I thanked you guys and stuff for 500 subscribers in the Soma Let's Play. But I thought that just for you guys who obviously aren't watching the Soma Let's Play,
as you can see, I'm not balding. That's just my forehead and my hairline. This is 8 years ago. I just graduated high school. Well, I didn't graduate high school. I dropped out and got a GED. Okay, this is 2015. So, but wow, that hairstyle was not doing me any favors, brother. Yikes. Look how skinny I was. I mean, I'm still very skinny, but this is back when I was like 100 pounds. And now I usually sit around like 140, 145. Just because I've taken better care of myself. So, actually crazy. So skinny.
Play. I should thank you as well because you're probably subscribed. So, just wanted to make a quick vlog thanking you guys, thanking all of you for the 500 subscribers. I mean, I did something big for 400 subscribers. I did the house tour. I don't really have anything planned that's big to do. I probably should have saved that for 500,000 or 500,000 for 500.
Yeah, like that'll happen.
Just because it is halfway to 1,000, which is giant, and I think it's only been
maths.
like 2 weeks since I hit 400 subscribers.
Dude, how crazy is that? I was like freaking out for getting 100 subs in 2 weeks, and in like 4 days I've gotten 2,000 subs. Like, what the hell is going on?
So I think that's just probably like the Fallout 4 hype. Everybody's really hyped for Fallout 4, so more people are watching my reaction video, and more people are obviously subscribing. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys real quick for 500 subscribers, and quickly tell you a little story. So I play Counter-Strike pretty frequently. I have a server on Counter-Strike Source. Counter-Strike Source is the Counter-Strike before Go, I believe. But it's a 10-year-old game. But I've played on a server in Counter-Strike Source for...
God, bro, if it was 10 years old back when I was recording this, that means it's like close to 20 years old now. Oh, Counter-Strike Source is my most played game of all time, by the way. I have thousands of hours in it. It used to actually just be my life. Like, that's all I would play. I used to be on a clan called Stoners Wreaking Havoc. I wasn't even a stoner. I've never smoked a weed a day in my life still. But, I just always found myself hanging out with stoners, man, and they were just the nicest, coolest dudes.
Several years, like 5 or 6 years. And I know, like, almost everybody in that server, we're all pretty good friends. And, but I was talking to them, and they were giving me, we were talking about the YouTube channel, and they were giving me, like, tips. Which is funny, because I mean, like, none of them have YouTube channels or anything like that, and if they do, they all have like 0 subscribers, but they were giving me tips.
It's good to see some things never change. The amount of advice, unsolicited advice I get on how to grow a channel from a dude that's never posted a single video in his entire life, has no profile picture, and his YouTube username is his full fucking legal name, is insane. Like, the truth of the matter is, guys, you can do everything right. Like, I've seen channels that have posted some of the highest quality content I've ever seen consistently, and they have just never ever gotten the traction, and they've just stayed at like a couple thousand subs. I mean, that's just the truth of the matter. Is like, content creators don't like to say this. They like to think like, oh yeah, I worked so hard for this, I achieved this. I'm not saying that they don't work hard for it, but I mean, the truth is, luck is such a major component. Like, the only reason I'm growing right now is just because the algorithm, for some reason, decided to push some of my stuff to people. That's it. I mean, there's no, like, yes, I made the content in the first place, and yes, it was good enough content for people to subscribe, but that doesn't matter if it never gets pushed to anybody, which is the sad state of affairs for most channels, you know? So there's not really some science to it. I mean, you can clickbait it up, you can do clickbait titles and thumbnails, and do search engine optimization and stuff, but at the end of the day, you're still rolling the dice, man.
And they were like, oh, you need to make League of Legends videos, and you need to make Counter-Strike Go videos, and you need to do this and do that so you can get more views. And I told them, I don't make videos for views.
Base.
I don't really care about the views. I make videos because it's a hobby of mine, and it's fun, and it entertains some people. And just the fact that I make some people's lives better by producing content is worth it for me. I don't really care about the views at all. And this was like insane to them. Like, they didn't believe me.
They never do. Still, even when I say that to this day, like when I talk to somebody and I say, I just make whatever I want to make. I play whatever game I want to play. And, you know, if people like it, they like it. If they don't, then they don't. Nobody still ever believes me that I just don't care about the views. Like, Persona 3 is just dropping. I'm going to be streaming the hell out of that, the whole playthrough. And that's probably going to get, like, no views because Persona 3 is just objectively not a very good watching game. It's not a very viewable experience. Does that mean I'm not going to play Persona 3? No. I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to stream it because I want to play it. Like, so many people get caught up in the views and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, dude, like, what does it matter unless you're happy? Right? Like, that's why I've never devoted my channel to, like, one game. Like, probably the best way to grow as a streamer is to pick a game that there's not a lot of people streaming, and just that is your game. And you just stream that over and over and over until you build up the following that with enough people that like you that you can then transition to other games. Nah, man, I'm not about that. I like to play too many different games. I'm just going to play whatever I play. If I grow, I grow. If I don't, I don't. You know, it really doesn't matter. So, but nobody, still, all these years later, nobody will ever believe you when you say you don't do it for the views. It's just crazy to people that you can do something without the, like, numbers and the analytics driving it.
At all. Not even a little. By the way, people are probably going to think I'm insane again for filming a vlog here, but oh well. They didn't even believe me a little. They're like, everybody does it for the views. So, I just want to let you guys know that I don't do it for the views. An easy way you can tell that I don't do YouTube for views is I'm not constantly doing things to get views. What I mean by that is I've already struck internet gold basically once by getting 100,000 views on that Fallout reaction. When I made that Fallout reaction, when I recorded it, when I watched it over, I kind of knew, like, okay, if I get this posted soon, if I give it this title, if I give it this thumbnail, it's gonna get a lot of views.
It's true.
I could very easily replicate that. It wouldn't be genuine, obviously, like that video.
That's the problem.
But I could very easily replicate similar things using clickbait titles, using clickbait thumbnails, and get a lot of views.
Potentially. Like I said, it's always a roll of a dice. You could do everything right, and sometimes it still won't get views. And I actually tried this a couple times, you know. I whenever I thought I had a good reaction, I'd do the huge nerd reacts, and I'd try and clickbait it and stuff, and, you know, to varying levels of success, but most of the time, to not a lot of success. And it just goes to show, you know, even if you check all the boxes, you know, you got the overreaction, you got something people are talking about, you got the clickbait title, you got the clickbait thumbnail, sometimes algorithm just doesn't pick it up. So it's always a roll of a dice, even if you are checking all those boxes. But yeah, that was the problem, you know, is that I didn't want to be disingenuous. I wanted to be genuine. I didn't want to fake reactions. And the whole clickbait thing in general, I don't know, I find it kind of gross.
But I don't. And I make Let's Plays. And even though my Soma Let's Plays are getting, like, I don't know, 10 views or something like that.
And
I have 500 subscribers, which, you know, isn't a good, like, ratio, I guess the word is.
That's a better ratio than... That's not a bad ratio, brother. Let me just tell you.
Isn't a good ratio at all. I don't care. I'm still going to upload Soma videos, and I'm still going to upload 2 a day. If I cared about views...
And you know what? Soma is actually, like, one of my favorite horror games of all time. And I'm so happy I made the videos on it and stuff. And I think the videos are still publicly available. I don't know. Some of my older Let's Plays aren't because the quality was just so incredibly bad. But I think the Soma ones are still available. And that game is actually just very, very good. I'm so happy that I had this mindset back then of like, okay, even if it's not getting views, I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to push through. Because, you know, I probably would not have just played the game. I forgot to turn off the alerts. I'll be honest, I don't even know how to turn off the alerts. Neely, congratulations, you're in a YouTube video. Thank you for subscribing, dude. I appreciate you. Hopefully that doesn't happen a bunch.
The second that I noticed, which is something that you see big YouTubers do who care about the views because obviously they're getting paid, the second that they have a series that isn't making them a lot of money, that isn't getting a lot of views, they drop it. They drop it like a bad habit, and then they move to something that they know will get views.
You can see this with a lot of big streamers as well, even now. Like, Dr. Disrespect has actually been pretty public about this. He said that he loves to play Escape from Tarkov, but it just doesn't get the views that his Call of Duty stuff does, for example. So even though he had that whole thing where he was like, oh, I'm not playing Call of Duty again, he's back on COD. Why? Because when he streams another game, he looks at the viewer numbers. He sees they're not as high, and he, you know, adjusts, and he'll go back and play what gets him views. Even though he said he loves to play Tarkov. You know, it's just kind of it's a bummer that people do things so much for views, especially when you're someone like Dr. Disrespect, and you could make incredible Tarkov content. And I would love to see him play more Tarkov. I love Tarkov, but unfortunately, it doesn't get, you know, the Zoomer kids or whoever's watching him the views. So he doesn't do it.
And that's not something that I do. One, because YouTube isn't my job, and YouTube will really never be my job, honestly. I don't really want it to be my job, but it's... I mean, obviously I would like it to be my job, but I would never have it as like a full-time job where this is...
Okay, a little context for this, because obviously I've changed a little bit. a little context for this is I'm working a shitty call center job straight out of high school, getting paid $12 an hour. So obviously, in this situation, thank you for subscribing, Viculia. Uh, Obviously, in this situation, the premise of being a YouTuber is a lot more illustrious than it is for me now that I'm, actually doing well for myself. So it kind of makes sense. But I will still agree. Don't want it to be a job. Always want it to be like a hobby, part-time thing.
All I'm doing. Why? Because YouTube isn't reliable. You see all these content creators and stuff having to make like sponsored videos and stuff like that because YouTube doesn't pay well unless you're gigantic, and and it's also not reliable. Any day, YouTube could just fail. It could.
Yeah, my voice just is like nails on a chalkboard. In case you're curious, a little peek behind the curtain. In the last month, I've gotten like over 3 million views, 10,000 hours of watch time. You're wondering like how much money that equates to. I've only made like $140 off of that. So you can see like that's significantly less than just like a normal day's worth of work. And that is 10,000 hours of watch time and probably hundreds of hours of like actual content that's been uploaded and streamed and stuff like that. So it is super variable, and this month is high at $140, next month will probably be $10 or something like that, right? It's super variable. So I was right about this even without being monetized.
Fail. Something could come out and steal all of YouTube's viewers, and that could be it.
If only.
So YouTube will never be my job, and I don't do YouTube for views. I don't monetize my videos because I don't care about that. I honestly don't. The only reason I make videos is to entertain you guys. Sure, if there's more people being entertained, that's fantastic. But the couple of people that I do entertain, that's worth it for me, and it's worth all the work that I put into it. So I just wanted to kind of...
By the way, I put a lot more effort in my content back then. This is where I got a ban, so I could only, or a community like guidelines strike, so I could only upload 15-minute videos, and I was uploading 2 15-minute videos, like Let's Plays edited, rendered and stuff. I was uploading 2 15-minute videos every single day. Or at least 5 days a week, I think. It was insane. Like, I actually put effort into my content. I was actually, like, making thumbnails and stuff. I am so low effort now. I just sit here and talk, and most of the time, I don't even do a thumbnail. I just pick whatever, like, the 3 little screenshots are. So, like, when I say I was putting effort in, I actually was back then. That's changed.
Ramble about this. Mostly because I thought it was funny that they really didn't believe me. But just to let you guys know, I have been approached by many multi-channel networks. In case you don't know what a multi-channel network is,
dude, I forgot about these.
A company on YouTube that works with YouTube creators and pays them for making videos. And I've turned all of them down. Every single one.
I remember these. These were like a big thing. The moment you started getting any success on YouTube, you'd be getting hit up with them. And like, you probably know Machinima. Machinima was like one of the biggest ones. I don't know if they still do this, because I haven't gotten a single email in probably since, 8 years ago. I haven't gotten hit up at all about any of those. So I don't know if they still do those or not, but probably not, since YouTube and Google just kind of do everything themselves now. But yeah, this was a thing. I did get hit up by a couple, and all of them wanted me to like make specific content, which is why I had turned them down. They wanted me to do essentially more reaction videos, just kind of pump them out like a damn factory, which I didn't want to do.
I've been approached by 3, and I've turned all of them down because I'm not interested in I feel like once you're making money off of this, it becomes a job and not a hobby. And I always want this to be a hobby. I never want it to be a job. I never want to feel like, oh, I have to make a YouTube video. I want to be like, yeah, I want to make a YouTube video.
Fair. Well, Future Zach here, making money. It's not a lot of money. And I never feel like I have to make a video. I still will go weeks without making a video. I just make a video when I want to make a video. So, yeah. I mean, am monetized, but still hold the same ideal, basically.
And I do, right now, because it's a hobby, and I really do enjoy doing it. So I thought I would just make this real quickly to let you guys know that, no, I don't do any of this for the views. If any of those people from that Counter-Strike game watch this, I don't do this for the views. I don't do YouTube for views. I do it to entertain people, and my entire purpose to all of this is, if you were in a mood before watching one of my videos, then hopefully after watching my videos, you'll be at least like 1% happier. And if you're at least happier by the end of my video than you were at the beginning of my video, then I've done my job as an entertainer.
Realistic goals. I like that. Realistic goals. We're not even shooting for 10% better. 1% better. If clicking on the video makes your life 1% better, that's a W. I like that. That's attainable. I do like that. Yeah, that's good.
But it's not a job because I don't get paid for it. But yeah, I thought I'd make this real quick just to let you guys know, and thank you, obviously, for 500 subscribers. That's insane. That's half of 1,000. That's more than
quick math.
I ever thought that I would get. And you know, hopefully this channel can keep growing and stuff like that. But always know that I'm not doing this for views, and I truly am doing this just to entertain you guys. It's all I've ever cared about. If you watch any of my vlogs that I've ever made, I guarantee you, every single one, all of my thank you vlogs, everything will be me telling you that I don't do this for views. I just do this to entertain you guys, to make you happier. And that's true. You know, I know a lot of YouTubers, when I was going through hard times, I look forward to their videos every single day. Markiplier is a big one. For me, when I was going through a really depressing phase that I think most people go through, when I was going through mine, I look forward to Markiplier's videos every single day, and they always made me happier. So if I can do that for at least one person out there, then mission accomplished, honestly. If somebody, and for the 100,000 people that have stumbled across that Fallout reaction video, you know, I've entertained more people with that than ever, you know, than most people will do in their entire lifetime. So to me, I've already won.
That really does kind of contextualize things. That does put it into perspective of, like, if you have a video and it gets 100,000 views and you just, you know, essentially entertained 100,000 people, or even if you say, you know, you only entertained 50% of them, right? So yeah, thank you for subscribing. I need to learn how to turn that off. I appreciate all of you guys, but I'm trying to record a video. So hopefully it's not that annoying for you guys. I'm probably just overthinking it. But, you know, even if it's only like a 50% people liked it, 50,000 people, like, making 50,000 people happy is insane. That is actually more than most people will do in their entire life. And now, you know, with millions of views on the channel, it's just insane. Like, there's no way any normal person would be entertaining millions of people. You know, it is actually kind of crazy when you contextualize that. And I remember I used to contextualize it as people in a room. So that's why, like, 500 subs, even 100 subs was, like, crazy to me, because that's like 100 people in a room that like you. Which is just crazy, right? Like, who has 100 people that like them in, like, their daily life? Like, that's insane. And now you look at, you know, 500 subs here, like 5,000 here, 6,000. Insane. So weird.
And I know this is all cheesy and stuff, and you probably don't think it's real, but it is, and I'm being genuine. And if you watch any of my videos that I have ever made, I've always said the same thing. So you guys just be you. don't, haters gonna hate. But you just be you. You do you. And I'll do me. And I don't do this for the views. So you guys all have a great day. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I love you all. You're all fantastic.
Oh my god.
And Fallout 4 in like less than 2 weeks. Hype is real.
Okay. Alright. Got a little cringe at the end there. Did I used to tell you guys I love you? That's deep, man. That's really deep. I appreciate you guys. 100%. I do appreciate you guys. But love, I mean, that's taking the next step, the L word, I'm not talking lesbians. Yeah, it's always kind of interesting to look back on this stuff, and that's why I am happy that I've kind of just stuck with YouTube for so long, because I can see like these multiple stages of my life kind of reflected through the content. I can look back, and honestly, most of the things I said there are true. I still stand by basically all of this stuff that I said there. Like, I don't want YouTube to be a full job. I want it to stay a hobby. I'm super appreciative of every single person that subscribes, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of based back then. Like, damn. Hey, I don't know. I wasn't expecting to, like, when I think about the person I was in 2015, it's a very different person than I am today. I was kind of like a lost soul looking for a purpose. Back then, I just dropped out of high school, and I was, like I said, working this shitty call center job and just trying to kind of figure out what the hell I was going to do with my life. Was I going to go to college? Was I not? I just got out of a breakup for a relationship I was in for like a huge portion of my life. I was dating the same chick for like 5 years, so I was very lost. And I look back now at this video, and it's like kind of eerie how similar I still am to that person. When I feel like I'm such a different person now, but a lot of the stuff I say there is probably stuff that you could find me saying nowadays, 8 years later, in a video or in a stream or something. It's kind of crazy to see, but overall, I found that to be a relatively cringe-worthy experience. I don't know, dude. I think it's just because it's me, but I think we can all say one thing for sure. I think I've had a bit of a glow up. I think if I was a 3 back then, I'm at least a 4 out of 10 now. And you know what? Improvement is improvement, so I'll take it. But yeah, hopefully this was somewhat entertaining. I did turn, a 10-minute video into a 28-minute video. I doubt anybody made it this far, but thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you. Have a fantastic rest of your day. See all of you in the next video with Marini. Bye-bye.